Before Dr. Mazlan takes it from here, I would just like to say that we are bilingual. Okay,
Yeah.
so although our presentation may be in English, but we are bilingual. So if you have questions if you want to ask in Malay, please go ahead. Okay, not an issue.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Prakash. Okay. First of all, good afternoon. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Okay. Actually, just now when we talk about APEL it's not APEL. It's not so new. Actually, it's also from other countries also have the APEL. Okay. I think in just now what mentioned by Mr. Prakash that before APEL is we have the open entry. We call the open entry system. And then after that is access to the HCP, they mean around 2011, and then just now mentioned was wawasan 2015 onward. All right. Okay, this one actually there's just a picture only lah, where we are exist actually. But I think some candidate or student, they might know only the certain places, but we need to inform to let you know that we also exist in Penang, definitely as a HQ, KL, Kuching, Johor Bahru, and Ipoh. Okay, this one actually, you also can take the internal candidate and also external candidate. Normally, for the external candidate, they can take the APEL to test at the Fire Main Regional Center, right? And also same goes like internal candidate. That's about I will list out later those places. Okay, actually, what is a bit introduction about the APEL. Okay, definitely it's a involvement or the assessment. Okay, of the person recognition or experience. One is a formal, informal, and also non-formal learning. Okay, what is the benefit? Actually, for the opportunity, if those students again and get the APEL, is like a platform in order for them to he or she to go to the higher, or for example, from he got the diploma, and then based on the APEL certificate he passed, he go to the master level, and also like as you know that we are offer for level 4, level 6, and level 7, right? Okay, this one for APEL admission. Just now, first we are talking about the identification, okay, and then documentation, and also assessment of prior experiential learning. So I will explain later about that. Okay, in wawasan opportunity, we offering for the level 4 or T4, T6, and T7. All right. This one is like the chart is a diploma. Is a we call APEL level 4. This one under MQA Malaysian Qualification Framework. Diploma is a level 4, and then bachelor degree is a APEL level 6, and master level APEL level 7. So this stated the fee lah. Fee for the diploma 155, and then also for the degree 250, and master level 370. Okay. Okay, this one we want to talk who can apply for APEL level 4. Okay, just now maybe just to simplify on who can apply for the level 4. So the entry requirement for APEL level 4, as stated in the guideline, MQA is a Malaysian citizen. A minimum age is 20 years old as of on 1st January if the candidate want to apply. And then possess relevant work experience that related to what is like. For example, we offer for diploma early childhood. So they mean the possess relevant work experience towards to that. And then same goes like APEL level 6. Okay, level 6 is a degree level. So the entry requirement is a Malaysian citizen, and the minimum age 21 years old as at 1st January. Okay, and then possess relevant work experience. Okay, and then actually, and we also for APEL level 7, that's also same. The only difference is minimum age at least 30 years old as at 1st January. And then the qualification, they have at least STPM, and then MQA recognized like diploma, and then equivalent qualification. And then also possess relevant work experience. So for example, they want to take a master education. So normally they have a relevant experience as a teaching in the field, and then at least 5 years teaching experience. And then they need to do the APEL. This is a component that I will explain later. All right, for the assessment level 4, there's a 2 component required. One is called aptitude test. Okay, these are 4 aspects to be tested: bahasa, English, mathematics, and general knowledge. And also goes for the portfolio. It's a compilation of experience, and then we based on the format that required to submit. Okay, and then the assessment for level 6, same also is a 2 component. Component 1 is an aptitude test, and then component 2 is a portfolio. But the difference is the content of the question, even though the 4 aspect of to be tested same like diploma, bahasa Melayu, English, and mathematics, and general knowledge. Right? And then as we know that the weightage of the percentage of level 6. So level 6, the percentage like 30%, and also for the portfolio 70%. So as a brief by just now in the taklimat. Alright, for the level 4, it's a percentage, it's 100% based on the aptitude test. Right. Okay, and then slightly different on the assessment level 7. There are 3 components, yeah, to be fulfilled by the candidate. Okay, the first component we call aptitude test. Okay, the weightage is about 40% overall. So the 4 aspects are to be tested lah. And then bahasa Melayu, English, mathematics, and general knowledge. Okay, the question bahasa Melayu about 13 question is objective. And then English about 12 question, mathematics 35, and general knowledge is 25. Okay, all together is about 75 objective, and then plus the remaining is like subjective or open-ended question. All right, the component number 2 is a portfolio. It's a compilation of experience and based on the format. So those candidates want to take internal in what portfolio or APEL A in wawasan WOU, we will provide the form for the portfolio, and then yeah, I didn't need to follow what is required. And then the different of the APEL level 7, we have another component we call interview. Sorry, this one actually 30 to 40 minutes. Actually, it depends on the session. Sometimes less than 30 minutes, or sometimes more than 30 minutes. It depends. Sometimes maybe the candidate want to ask more question or clarify with the course lead during that time or assessor during that time. So APEL of we will a panel about 2 interview. It depends. When let's say for example the candidate register at Penang, so the one of the interview is a from course coordinator Penang, and also one is from normally head of the Penang center. Same goes like KL. For example, the candidate registered at Kuala Lumpur, so the interviewer will be head of a regional center, KL, normally myself, and then one of the interview is from course lead from Penang, is a course expert, right? Okay, this one I mentioned about list of evidence, because in order to prepare the portfolio, so the candidate have to come up with the list of evidence. So it's evidence like certificate, work sample, and a record of workplace activities, and then whatever document they have, they can relate to the what they want to apply. They can send to us. We will do identification and verification. All right. Okay, list of skill that's stated in the form is a skill of knowledge, practical skill, and then social skill and responsibility, values, attitude, and professionalism, and then communication, leadership, and team skill, and then problem solving and scientific skill, and then information management and lifelong learning skill, and then managerial and entrepreneurial skill. Right. Okay, these are flowchart of for the assessment. Okay, flowchart. This one I derived from the the APEL handbook. It's okay. Learners start from learners, and then they do their self-assessment. They make decision. After that, they apply and then fill in the respective form. And then when you do the register, okay, they will do first register. Later I will show you where to register. And then after that, they will have to test. One pass, submit the portfolio. It depends. Okay, if level 7, they had to attend the interview, and then the result success is they will also in case they will appeal, or they it depends on the result. So after that, if everything okay, they will get the certification. Okay, this one when you talk about where we narrow to the wawasan opportunity, so the candidate can access into the wawasan website. So when they access to the wawasan website, so they will look at the radio called National APEL Center. So when you click at the National APEL Center, you go to the form. So candidate will fill in the form, alright? So normally for the candidate want to attend for the is a internal candidate that they prefer to study in Wawasan, they can direct go to the Wawasan Open University website and then click the National APEL Center, and then there's a form to fill in. And then need to choose, need to fill in all the profile, the relevant profile, and after that they submit. So once they submitted, our staff PIC will call them and inform them. So we will do the arrangement, and then they will send a respective form for the candidate, right? And then the entry requirement as this application should comply with the following admission criteria created by MOHE and also MQA. Okay, when we talk about the APEL A or WOU, so if we can see here, as of yesterday, 17 February 2021, so the APEL A candidate so is about 2969 candidate, right? This one actually internal candidate that they are registered and also they are studying WhatsApp University. And then also APEL A, through the APEL A, the external candidate or they use the MQA website. And also is meaning that external candidate, they attend the exam at another place and then they join WhatsApp University. It's about 63, right? Okay, this is the entry status for UG and PG at WOU. Okay, when we talk about the just now is a more detail a bit from the what just now I mentioned, right? Okay, APEL for the postgraduate. Others mean APEL external is a 4, and the undergraduate 59, and then APEL under wawasan for postgraduate 493, and then APEL wawasan undergraduate 2476. Okay, just now like mentioned by the Mr. Prakash that actually earlier also we have we call also before the APEL we also got the open entry. So open entry in wawasan since the company established, the university established. Okay, the open entry undergraduate about 8052 and also open entry postgraduate 617. Actually the reason I put this table actually want to show that we quite numbers of candidate or student that they enter via APEL or via open entry. Last time open entry, now we call APEL, right? So total student right now 25434. Okay, when we talk about the school, just now we have 4 schools in Wawasan Open University. So first School of Business Administration, okay, the SBA, it's now head by the dean is Mr. Prakash. Okay, the course of program offering like graduate certificate business management, and then when we go to the bachelor's degree, we have accounting, finance, sales and marketing, logistics and supply chain management, management and human resource management, and then the master level or master degree is a Commonwealth Executive MBA or MBA. And then this one we also got we have another school we call SST, a School of Science and Technology. Okay, the school offering for the bachelor degree electronic construction management and mechatronic, and it goes to the master degree MBA in construction management and also MBA in manufacturing and production management. Okay, and then next is a School of Education Humanities and Social Science. Say we offer diploma early childhood education, and also and bachelor in relate to the bachelor degree primary education, English studies, liberal studies and psychology. And then we also have a postgraduate diploma in education. Okay, and then in master level we have education and psychology, master in education and master in psychology. right? This one we want to show the but just now why level we have level 1 until level 8. Level is a doctorate level, level 7 is a master level, then level 6 is a bachelor degree level. Okay, and then level 5 advanced diploma, and then level 4 diploma. Actually in Wawasan we offer level 4, level 6 and level 7 for the APEL. Okay. Okay, it's about the aptitude test. Let's say, for example, the candidate interested, they can register all or to attend the test. At the moment, okay, during you can register first. Later we do the arrangement. Current we have we understand that we have MCO, so you will you register and then after that we will follow up with the candidate. So the test can be done at KL Regional Center. So this one for the internal credit Klang. Let me attach with KL, and then Bandar Utama, Penang Regional Center, Kuching Regional Center, and under Kuching got Alma Crest and Fajar. And then Johor Bahru Regional Center and Ipoh Regional Center. Actually, this one for the all this location is for the internal candidate, but for the external candidate, they can access, they can attend to KLRC, PGRC, Kuching RC, Johor Bahru Regional Center, and Ipoh Regional Center. All right. I think okay. I think that's all from my side. I pass. Maybe any Q&A. It will later, right? I pass to the floor. That's all at my side.
Unless anyone has any question for Dr. Mazlan. If none, then we'll proceed.
All right. Thank you.
All right, it's back to my turn. I will be talking a little bit about APEL-C. Now, when I say a little bit, it's because a huge bunch of what I need to explain has already been covered by Dr. Afzan. So some of the things here could be slightly repetitious. It could repeat what he has said, but the ones that he has mentioned earlier, I will not touch too much, but I will stress on a couple of items that I think need stressing. Okay. Now, like I said earlier, we first started doing APEL-C since 2016, and I'm very precise in my information. So on the 27th of September 2016, you can actually check this out in MK website. We are one of the first 4 institutions in Malaysia to be allowed to accept, to award credit transfer via APEL-C. Okay. At the moment, there are 31 institutions, but we were the first. So we were sort of like guinea pigs. You know, we had to test it out and see whether it works. And we retest and we improved on it. Okay. So we have about 5 years of experience running APEL-C. Some of the things that has been mentioned even this morning, a lot of things are jargon. I'm not sure everybody understands. In one of the presentations by Dr. Afzan, he mentioned about course learning outcomes, that you have to meet the course learning outcomes. So I thought maybe I should explain what learning outcomes actually means. It means end results. Okay. If you sign up for a course to learn how to bake a cake, and at the end of that course, we expect you to bake a cake. Okay, so that's end results. If you end up making pudding, then your end results are not met, right? That basically means what you set out to learn, you didn't meet. Your learning outcomes is not met. So when we look at your evidences of your portfolio, of your work experience, we want to look at what is it that you have actually learned by looking at your end product, your end results. The evidence that is supplied is always proof of what you have actually learned. It's never claim-based. What does that mean? It means someone tells me that they have 10 years of working experience. Good. prove to me that you have 10 years of working experience. If you give to me a testimonial from your employer saying this person has been working from 2000 to 2010, okay, that is evidence of 10 years of working experience. So it has to be evidence based, evidence of your learning, evidence of what you have in your head, your knowledge. Okay, so the first part I will not touch so much because Dr. Afzan has already given a very clear explanation of what is non-formal and informal source of learning. In APEL C, we don't look at formal anymore, um, because formal is used for entry for APEL A. For APEL C, we don't look at formal anymore. We look at non-formal and informal. But that part I will not touch so much. What I want to stress here is this, very important, including for me. The entire exercise of APEL C is to ensure that you don't duplicate your learning, you reduce the time of completion, and reduce the cost of learning. Nobody wants to relearn the same thing. I mean, if I go for a course and I already know how to do certain things, but my instructor say I have to relearn everything from A to Z, for me, it's a total waste of time, especially when I already know the knowledge well enough. So APLC allows me to stop learning something that I have already learned. Okay, because you don't want people to relearn something, unless of course you do it voluntarily. You want to learn something, you want to relearn something. If not, APLC is the right mode. Okay. Now this you have seen a couple of times: the advisor's role, the assessor's role, and the moderator's role. um, Dr. Afzan is right. Advisor is very, very important. Okay. And WOU being a distance learning university, we have learning centers or regional centers in the main cities of the country. Okay. The happening cities of the countries like Penang, KL, JB, Kuching, and even Ipoh, and a few smaller places. So the advisors could come directly from the regional centers or the learning centers. Dr. Mazlan is the head of the KL Regional Center. So he could be an advisor. Okay. And the advisor could also come directly from the school, the faculty. I'm also an advisor for some of the postgraduate level courses. That means for master's courses, I'm also an advisor. So my role would be to sit down, talk to you, look at your profile, your work experience, whatever you have done. Basically, throw me your entire life. Let me look at it and see which we can include for APEL-C. That is the role of the advisor. So having that very close contact with the advisor is very important. The assessor moderator is very academic. What they do is basically grade, mark, and then do a QA. Moderator does the QA work. The advisor is very important because that's the person who would advise you on whether your portfolio is suitable or not, your background is suitable or not, your work experience is suitable or not. Okay. Dr. Mazlan mentioned earlier about APEL A, where he started by explaining that a candidate would have to go through an aptitude test, right? Now for APEL C, there's no aptitude test. It is substituted with a self-assessment exercise. Okay, basically it's you looking at yourself and deciding whether you have learned certain things or not in your work in your work environment, whether you have gone through workshops that can help you, and then write a very brief report on your reflection of whether your work experience fits the course. Okay, just now examples like accounting was given. So if you come from an accounting background and you work as an account assistant, and Mr. Ng here is having banana for lunch, I think, because his camera is on. I can see him eating banana. Okay, anyway, I'm hungry too. I haven't had my lunch yet. Yeah, let me continue. So you come from an accounting background. So all you have to do is just write a brief report on, your experience as an account assistant, and to see how much of that experience fits into a basic introductory course in accounting. So that will give you an idea whether APEL C is suitable for you or not. Once that is cleared, we move to the next part, whether you do a challenge test or whether you do a portfolio. To be very frank with you, someone who comes from a business environment, okay, since I'm the dean of the School of Business, someone who comes from the business environment, I'm a supporter of portfolios, because normally when people work in a environment, in a management environment, 10 years of working experience, they would have seen a lot of things and done a lot of things. Their portfolio is usually very rich. So I'm one who likes to promote portfolio. So it's very important for you to look back at what you have done, the courses that you have gone through within your company, the seminars that you have gone through, the events that you have taken part in. Like for example, sometimes people tell me, I have organized a workshop for um, junior employees. Oh, very good. If you provide us evidence of that, then we can take that and see in what aspect of the course that fits in. Because you see, that's why the discussion with the advisor is very important. Okay, so I will show very briefly what a challenge test looks like, what a challenge test is, and what a portfolio is. Okay, so a challenge test is proctored. Proctored basically means somebody is watching you when you're doing your test. I mean, it's like sitting for an exam, lah, okay? I mean, we all done SPM and PMR, SRP, okay? Those days, you have an invigilator walking around the exam hall, right? So that's what proctored actually basically means. But the only difference is that you don't have someone sitting in front of you watching you do the test. I mean, that can be very stressful, okay? But we will give you a room where you can sit there and do your test, and we know where you are. Okay, so we can see you anytime we want. We can observe you anytime we want. So that's basically proctored. Duration of the challenge test could be anywhere from an hour and a half to 3 hours. Okay, because at a higher level, the the exam duration is higher, is longer. Okay, now the type of assessment. In WOU, most of the assessment is the essay, multiple choice, fill in the blank, short answer, and situation-based kind of test. Okay. Um, if we think that there are certain things that you can express better verbally or orally, we can do a short oral discussion with the candidate as well. So challenge test may not necessarily be a written test. It can also be me talking to uh, Miss Chai, okay, because her camera is also on, or Mr. Ng, and asking questions about their background, and then noting that down as part and parcel of the assessment, okay, a talent test. Now, for portfolio, as I said earlier, is basically a bunch of evidence that you can show us. I will show you in a short while what are the evidence that we require. But Dr. Mazlan's presentation earlier has actually given a sort of an image that lists out some of the items that we can use. In Dr. Afzan's presentation, he also gave this table, okay, where he mentioned the kind of instruments or the kind of evidence that can be accepted. We accept the same kind of evidences, okay, but mind you, it has to be an evidence. This morning when I was attending the open day, the session, there were people in the chat box that was asking this question. They asked, can I send a CV as portfolio? Okay, your resume as portfolio. Problem with the resume is you created the resume yourself. I can write anything I want in my resume. Every item that I write in my resume must have a corresponding evidence, okay, corresponding proof. That is a tricky part, which is the reason why CVs or resumes we don't really accept unless the items in the CV can be proved with a documentary evidence. Okay, and that evidence is what the assessors will evaluate. Now, so there are three elements in the portfolio that we normally look for: your work experience, learning activities, and trainings. Okay, so work experience. Some people actually give us a job description. They give us our job description and say, okay, this is the things that I do in my work. No problem. Okay, no problem. As long as the job description is on the letterhead of the company, okay, and if possible, your supervisor's signature at the bottom, okay, to show that yes, this is the actual job description, then we can accept. But if it's typed on an A4 size paper, just basically listing out what are the work that you do, it'll be very difficult for us to accept. Not because WOU does not want to accept, but because this is what MQA says. Okay, we are bound by MQA rules and regulations. MQA will not be able to accept. So if you have received, commendation letters from your employer because of proficiency in work, um, best employer award, employee award, stuff like that, all that is acceptable in your portfolio. If you have done voluntary work outside of your work environment, voluntary work, social service, if you have organized events and we can provide evidence that you have indeed organized an event, we can accept. Now, problems. You claim that you have conducted workshop for junior employees. Okay, so you give us a pictorial evidence, a picture, a photo of you standing on a stage with your hands like this, your hands like that. Okay, and then that's it. You get your friend to take a photograph and you give us that. It's very difficult for us to accept that as evidence, because you said you are training junior employees, but in that photo we don't see the junior employees. We don't see anybody except you. So you have to be very careful with this kind of evidence. That's why speaking to the advisor is very important, because the advisor can look at that photo and tell you whether this is acceptable or not. In most cases, if the advisor is very clear about the evidence you need to provide, you will clear. Okay, you will pass. The credit will be given to you. Okay, this is very important because the failure rate for APEL C is very low. Low because usually at the screening stage, we would have cleared everything. So by the time assessors look at your evidence, you would usually clear. Unless, of course, unless there's a lot of doubt in the evidence that you have provided, that your evidence look funny. Okay, it didn't make sense. Okay. Training, seminars, workshop, including online trainings. If you have gone for any of the online trainings like Allison and Coursera, this is also accepted, okay, for APEL C. So for those of you who are preparing for APEL C and well, this is a suggestion for you. Why don't you do some of these online courses that is relevant to the course that you want to apply exemption for? Okay, because that will also be included because it's documentary evidence. Okay, so this same list was showed by Dr. Mazlan earlier. So it's the same thing here. You will notice that you have direct evidence and indirect evidence, and you will notice that all photos are also accepted, diaries are accepted, articles are accepted, reference letters and supporting letters from others, okay, are also accepted. Okay. Now, the assessment criteria, again, I don't want to spend too much time, but this is basically to ensure that whatever evidence that you supply is acceptable. So it has to be acceptable to us. It must be enough, sufficient. It must be authentic. Just now I gave an example of a photo with you standing on the stage, right? That is not authentic because we cannot really be sure that you actually conducted that workshop, and it should be as current as possible. This is an MQA thing. Okay, sometimes MK believes that something that you have learned 30 years ago may not be relevant now. Okay, something that you have learned 30 years ago. I mean, I'm not sure how many of you know this. I will throw some old names like COBOL or Fortran programming. These are programming languages. People learned this 30, 35 years ago. Okay, and now if you mention it, a lot of people don't even know what that is. Okay, but of course, if you have developed yourself further in that field of programming and learn the newer languages of programming, then you can use the newer languages to show, yes, I know this. But taking something 35 years ago and saying, I know this, you may not get exemption. Okay, so that's very important. Now I have included some information on WOU itself. Okay, like I said earlier, a lot of these numbers are not the actual numbers. Okay, but they are indicative numbers. Okay, indicative fees of what we have. I just want to focus on the last column. Okay, this particular slide is on the postgraduate programs, the business programs that we have, MBA that we have. We have three types of MBA in the university. Through APEL C, you can actually get 4 courses off, okay, which is equivalent to 12 credits, as you can see in the last column. Okay, in terms of program fees, there's a savings of almost 8,000 ringgit. And in terms of duration of study, you slash 8 to 12 months, okay, from your study period. A program that is 2 years can be reduced to 1 year or slightly more than 1 year. So that is the benefit of APEL C. I have a few such diagrams I will show you. It's basically just to ensure that you are aware of the benefits of APEL C, a postgraduate program that benefits different than for an undergraduate program. This is also postgraduate masters, okay, but for education and psychology. Again, last column, you will notice that you can actually get a savings of 2 to 3 courses and shave at least 4 months of your program, minimum of 4 months of your program. Okay, this is not the number of courses that we offer. We offer a lot more, but this is an indicative number of the of courses that we actually offer for APEL-C under this program. About business degrees, same thing. Okay, you can look at the details if you want, but I don't really want to touch on the details. The number of credits that we can give away maximum is only 36, unfortunately. Who said so? Unfortunately, Big Brother MQA says so, not WOU. Okay, so 36 credits means 12 courses. 12 courses means 4 semesters in WOU. It means a saving of 4 semesters. 4 semesters means 1 year and 4 months. That means a part-time degree. Again, mind you, WOU, ODL institution, the degrees that we offer are part-time degrees, okay, for working adults. So a program that takes slightly more than 4 years for a part-timer to complete, you can finish in 3 years, slightly more than 3 years. In fact, you can actually finish in 3 years if you are a good student. I mean, good students with very high CGPA, you can finish in 3 years, okay, which is very much like doing a full-time degree, isn't it? 3 years is the minimum for a full-time degree, okay, and you can get close to 10,000 ringgit savings off, okay, the degree program. We also have technology related programs. I only selected a few, the more popular ones: electronics, mechatronics, and construction management. And pretty much the same in terms of savings, in terms of credit savings, in terms of cost savings, in terms of fee savings, and in terms of the duration savings. Okay, you can shave off more than 1 year of the degree if you go through APEL-C. We offer a lot of courses under the APEL-C in WOU for each program. You need to speak to our marketing staff, okay, which are located in all regional centers. I think Dr. Mazlan just now listed the places where we have regional centers. Speak to them and they will tell you. And again, this is only an indicative fee. The actual fees that we charge is usually a lot lower because we do give scholarships, financial aid, rebates, discounts, and whatnot. Okay. Uh, the last two of my slides looks at social sciences, psychology. We have liberal studies, we have psychology. And I'm very proud to say that we are the only university in the country that has a liberal studies program. Okay, it's a very unique program. It is actually a program that's designed um, to look at your life, because you don't study business, you don't study computing, you study a little bit of everything. Okay, so you can actually learn different fields in a single degree. So it's a very unique program. It's very good for people who are very broad minded. Okay, and of course we have a very popular psychology program, that bachelor's program in psychology. Again, you can shave off 34 to 35 credits, 8 courses. You only do 20 courses at the end of the day. Close to 10,000 ringgit savings and more than 1 year savings in terms of duration of study. You can complete the program in 3 years. So you start looking at your profile right now. Okay, start rummaging through your life and see what is it that you can find that you can use to apply for exemption. Okay, our education program is very popular, especially diploma in early childhood. Okay, it's a very popular program. Um, with the number of exemptions that we're giving away from diploma in early childhood, Bachelor of Arts in English Studies. Actually, I'm doing promotion for English Studies as well. English Studies has two specializations, and each specialization has its own APEL. So it comes to about 20 to 21 courses that you need to complete to do a English Studies program with WOU. And we also have primary education. So again, savings close to 10K, okay, close to 8 courses that you save, 37 credits, and most important thing, you can bring down the duration of studies from more than 4 years to about 3 years, maybe slightly more. Okay, I'm given only 20 minutes, and I think I have just exceeded my 20 minutes. I like to talk, so giving me 20 minutes is actually not enough for me. And I think that's about it from me, unless you have any questions to ask. Now is the time to ask questions. Actually, I would like to verbally respond to Kate's question. Okay, APEL-C is something that we have been doing for the last 5 years. Okay, so you can go to any of the nearest regional center and they will be able to advise you on what next. But remember, everybody, to be able to take advantage of APEL-C, you need to take advantage of our entry first. That means you need to join the program. This is MQA requirement. I'm sure you remember what was said this morning. You have to be part of the program first. Okay, and since we are an APEL A assessment center, you can always join the program through APEL A, and then we can work out whether your APEL C, how much of that APEL C that we can do. We can actually do both simultaneously lah. Okay, when you want to come to the university through APEL A, we can actually look at your profile and see how much of that can actually go into APEL C exemption. I would also like to stress one very important thing. Okay, APEL C, the exemption that is given is 30%, right? That was mentioned by him here this morning, 30%. Now, if you have an accredited diploma as well, okay, if you have an accredited diploma as well, let's just say, your diploma can get the formal credit transfer up to 50%. Formal credit transfer. It was flashed by MQA just now. Okay, formal credit transfer. Formal credit transfer is the credit transfer that we give to those with a diploma going into a degree program. Okay, those who have completed a diploma in KDU and they want to join WU to do a degree, you can apply for credit exemption. That is one route. APEL-C is a different route. Okay, so you can actually get up to 50% through a formal credit transfer using a diploma. And based on your work experience and anything else that you've gone through, you can get an additional 30% from APEL-C. That's 50 plus 30. Okay, and that's already a lot. Depending on whether your diploma is accredited or not, that's a very important thing. Because I'm also looking at the chat box to see any of the questions that I can answer directly.
Mr. Prakash and Dr. Maslan, thank you for the presentation. Shall we now open the floor and for all the questions? So we will unmute deactivate the unmute function so that anyone you can, if you have any question, you can either post it at the chat box or you can ask verbally. So we will try to address your question accordingly. anyone having any question regards to APEL admission? And
I would like to answer a
yeah.
question raised by Mr. Maruda.
Hmm.
We actually have a Bachelor of Business program in Human Resource Management. So you have A levels. A levels, you can actually enter the program. But using a work experience, I think you should be able to get 8 years of experience is very good. You should be able to get some exemptions from through APEL C for the BBHR, Human Resource Management program. We have a full-fledged degree in Human Resource Management, accredited. Soalan boleh ditanya dalam mana-mana bahasa. Bahasa Melayu pun boleh. Saya orang Malaysia, my card. Ini my card.
Jun.
Yes, Dr. Maslan.
Don't mind, maybe I can show how the portfolio form looks like. Is it okay? At least make them clear on that.
Please do.
The UG and also PG, because just now I mentioned about to brief, right? Maybe I can share with you how the portfolio, for example, the candidate want to take the UG program.
Yeah.
So
Thank you,
can you
Dr.
see?
Maslan.
Yeah, can you see it, like Yolanda? Okay, this is a form that related to the APEL portfolio. Okay, this one, the form require you to put the recent passport size lah. And then when we go through personal detail, all right, it's okay. And then the APEL reference number, you will get it when you register, when you do that. This one normally portfolio after you pass your aptitude test, all right? And then after that, this just now I mentioned about the formal learning, certificate learning, and then you have to put the candidate need to put, okay, the competencies, and then please tick, the generic numerical language depend on the formal learning. Normally formal learning, your diploma, SPM, STPM, right? Formal learning, right? Then after that, it goes to the informal learning. The informal learning, that means, is there any like your employment history lah? Okay, you got any evidence and knowledge, competency, performance, and your experience. Okay, and then you can put here. And also related to non-formal learning, maybe any other like training or courses that you attended, you can put here. Okay, this just to fulfill your portfolio form. This one under undergraduate, the degree level. Okay, other learning skill. Okay, maybe you got involved any event or activities, your association. You can also put up here. The languages. And then this one for the item number F, self-assessment reflection. Just you need to brief. I mean, you need to explain a bit on your reason for pursuing your tertiary study. Minimum, I think you can try to make it 100 words, right? And then brief describe your work or life experience. Just when actually you want to get to know more on the candidate side, right? Then after that, okay, this is evidence. This one, once whatever you say, you need to attach your list of evidence, the item provided. Just now I mentioned in the capture. There's evidence. You need to put number 1, number 2, number 3, based on the list of item provided, the evidence. Right. We need to know your referee. Maybe your friend, your employer, or your bosses. Okay. And after that, your sign, signature, and that's all. You make a payment for the APEL. Okay. And then here also got stated the list, just now I mentioned about the list of skill, okay, this 8 of them. And then when I go through some more, this a list of evidence. Also, it's a stated here, just to for your reference. That means those candidates can refer to that. Actually, which one? Just now I explained a bit, and also Mr. Prakash also explained about the direct evidence and indirect evidence. All right, this for the UG portfolio. Okay, I will share for you the PG, postgraduate. Okay. Okay, this from Wawasan University. Okay, same also reason photo, and then the personal particular. Okay, then when we go through, okay, yeah, certificate learning that formal learning that require normally STPM diploma. When you have any certificate learning, you can provide here. Right. Then just to make the candidate to understand lah how to fill in. And then actually this one you also can check with the advisor. We can guide you lah how to fill in the form, right? And then okay, this one about your what work experience, right? And then singles like other activities, right? You can provide all the list of your evidence. Okay. Then I go to languages. Okay. And then self assessment. Okay, actually for the master level, slightly different from the UG lah, PG, because we have 4 items, question that you need to fulfill, right? Why do you want to pursue this chosen area of study? Okay, then you need to just explain or brief idea, all right? And then how is your prior learning experience applicable? Okay, related to, you need to explain, right? Okay, same also referees 2. And then after that, declaration. Okay, I think that's all, right? So this one for the just for the reference, just at least the candidate understand what how to fill in the form. And then maybe I can add some more, Jun. Okay, about the interview. Actually, the interview is actually the main purpose of interview for the APEL level 7 and the PG is actually we want to assess the candidate. That means when you look at your portfolio, right? We need to know your you synchronize actually what you explain in your portfolio. Okay, and that's why we ask. Actually, don't worry lah. For those candidates that attend the interview, normally pass because only interview is what 10%, 10% of the overall mark. Okay. Normally the interview we will ask what you can we see how your communication skill and then your knowledge what you are explained in your portfolio, and then actually we ask in general your readiness to undertake your postgrad study, and then actually your action plan. Actually just for like sharing session but informal manner. All right, Jun, I think maybe that's all just to explain a bit on the portfolio and also interview.
Thank you, Dr. Maslan.
Okay.
Okay, over here at the chat box, there's one Q&A that maybe we have not replied. Anwar Hussein, do you have any studies on media creative, mass comm, or only marketing alone? Is both APEL A and APEL C is via online? So to address this question, our APEL A currently is not online yet, but it's in the process. And the APEL C will be online soon also. With regards to the studies on media creative, mass comm, or only marketing, we do have this Bachelor of Business in Marketing, Sales and Marketing. But mass comm at the moment and for media creative, we do not have, but we do have other choices like liberal studies.
Let me answer, Anwar, your question on whether it's online or not. APEL A is actually online. Only the aptitude test is not online, okay, because it is proctored. Okay, everything else is online. So the aptitude test is the only issue right now. Because of MCO, we are not allowed to let students come to our center to take the test because, as I said, the test is proctored. Somebody has to be there to monitor, and we can't even go back to office because of MCO. So the aptitude test is the only thing that is not online, but everything else is online. Your submission of portfolio, the assessment done, everything is done online. Once you go through the whole process, you even get a system created letter to show you that you have completed the process. So everything is online. And in terms of the
Okay,
programs,
noted. Thank you.
okay, good, good. In terms of the programs, yeah, marketing is one thing that we have, but the creative industry is not something that WOU has gone into yet. Okay, so we don't really have programs in mass comm or media creative. The liberal studies is the closest program that we have that has a blend of a few of these elements. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Prakash, for the clarification and explanation. So open back to the floor. Is there any other question, or maybe you would like to know in detail certain area or process? You can actually ask us now. Okay, it seems like quite quiet. I think maybe due to it is lunchtime. Okay. Mr.
Question.
Prakash and Dr. Maslan, shall we actually conclude this Q&A?
Yeah.
I just like to say something.
Yep.
To all those participants who are here. Good luck, okay, in whatever it is, the decision that you have made, okay, for your future. It's good for you. It's also good for nation building, good for the country. So good luck to all of you.
Okay, at my side, I think APEL A is the good opportunity lah. Because I think last time we need to follow the conventional method. You must have the flow, but now with the experience that you have, but need to provide the document, everything, the evidence. Yeah, you can go further. Even just now in the taklimat just now, got one candidate, got one what you call the doctor, one of the doctor Jamsari, right? He had an APEL. After that, he do master and then follow the higher as a PhD, right? But actually, when you have diploma, yeah, you can with the APEL certificate, you can go to the master. It's it's a good opportunity lah. All right. And then I also can say good luck for you all. Don't worry, if you any issue, you can call us, and then email to us based on the regional center or where do you stay. Right? We are willing to help you or explain to you whatever you. Right?
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Maslan. Okay, at the chat box here, there are a few more questions.
Yes, I can see.
Yeah. Okay. Wendy from Kuching. Have we answered you? You have registered with the APEL Level 6 Master degree, but haven't gotten any feedback since December. So you call Wendy? Wendy, are you there? Wendy, just to be sure, have you gotten your answer? Okay, Wendy, usually once you have in the APEL system, usually you will select the WOU preferred center. If you have selected Kuching, then our colleague from the Kuching RC, usually they will contact you to advise you further on the process or the procedure. So if you have registered, maybe what we can do, we will try to check back. Maybe you can give us your details so that we can check back and then to do a proper follow-up with you later after this session. So Wendy, can you hear me?
Yes, already responded.
Already responded. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
Good. Anybody else that we have left out? Can I redo portfolio?
Yeah, I think June, can I answer the question?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, redo my portfolio. Yeah, actually, when the assessor, when look at your, actually, we as advisor, we can review first your portfolio, whether it's suitable, and then meet the criteria for you to further, or we normally in when you send portfolio, we will guide you. You can get advice from us. Also, you can redo portfolio. I think got 1 or 2 cases that we redo portfolio because the portfolio not so what we call not so, because we need certain evidence to add in the portfolio. So you can redo the portfolio. But the best thing, you seek advice from us first. Maybe you can call us or email to us, and then you can show what the evidence you have, so we can clarify it. I think to shortcut the process. All right.
Okay. From Anwar Hussein, you mentioned that you have selected Bandar Utama. Open, is it? You mean you're referring to the business hour?
I'm referring to the business hour actually, for me to drop by, for me to get more information. Is there anyone available there?
Yeah, Dr. Maslan, please.
Okay. For Bandar Utama, you call the office number, right?
Okay, shall I call the office number or shall I drop by? Which one is much more better?
Because I think better you during this time, I think better you call the office. Normally their office number they divert to the person in charge. You better call first, because during MCO we are work from home. Okay. And then
Okay.
yeah, and then also I need to advise you, because at the moment you need to call her first, maybe can make arrangement. So when the times allow, so you can sit for the aptitude test. And then by the time, don't waste your time, just prepare, try to collect what evidence you have for your portfolio submission, just to cut short your process lah. No need to wait until, at least before you wait for the aptitude test, you just compile everything, that the list or any document you have, just compile it. And then later on, when you need to submit after you pass your aptitude test, you need to submit your portfolio. All your document already there, just to
Can
Okay, thanks.
we give Anwar?
I will get in touch with the person with me.
Hello.
Sure.
Can we give Anwar an email address that he can send to?
Yeah.
I did receive an email from Miss Molly, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Great. He's the staff of the Bandar Utama. Thank you. Yeah.
Because we want to ensure that when you're preparing your portfolio, it's all intact. Okay. So that when it comes to the assessment stage, there are no real issues. Because sometimes what we do is that when we look at a portfolio and we see that things missing or things that could be enhanced, we will usually contact the candidate and ask them to beef up the portfolio.
Noted. Thanks.
Okay, there's another one. Yes.
Yeah.
Dr. Maslan,
Yeah,
yes.
June. I can see got one question here. After we finish the exam, how long we will get APEL certification? All right. Okay. This one actually we need to clear off here. In regard to the certification, right? Because when you register as you plan to study in wawasan, okay, and then you need to select whether you are potential yes or no lah, something like that. And then actually the duration, not, I think for the certification, once you got the email saying that you already passed everything, I think nowadays within 2 weeks you will get the certification from MQA. Or I think if you register for under wawasan, you get like notification as a supporting letter for you to further your study in which area lah, the program lah. For example, like degree or also master, right? Okay, Era.
Era, so are you satisfied with the answer? Do you have any other question? Okay. From Jonathan Xian, where can we practice our aptitude test? So at the moment, we can't conduct the face-to-face aptitude test, and then our online is not ready yet. So once it's ready, we will. Okay, so Jordan, so have you registered with us in the APEL? If let's say you have registered, when the either the MCO is lifted or when the online aptitude test is ready, then our colleague will actually contact you for the aptitude test. But if let's say you have not, yeah, then we will have to get ready this online for the candidates. But we will notify accordingly because it's still in the progress. Oh, you registered in November. Good.
I see.
So that means, okay, since you have registered, that means due to the MCO condition plus the online is not ready yet, we will, our team, okay, our RC staff will actually contact you lah when the condition permit us to run this aptitude test accordingly. So which RC you have registered?
Yeah. Betul.
Penang. Penang. Okay. So our colleague from Penang will do follow up with you lah from time to time. Depends on the situation. So
Jun, can I answer for just add additional answer for Jotem Sian?
Yeah, please.
Okay, he mentioned about where can we practice? Okay, where is later once the situation allow, I think definitely Penang staff will call you. And then during that time, Jotem Sian, maybe you can get a sample question. You can Google from the website for the sample question of the aptitude test. So you can get it, right? At least you just try to familiar what actually the topics, the field that the question in, just to make you familiar on it lah. And maybe you need to like study
do a more proper preparation while waiting for the suitable timing.
Yes, do a proper. Okay, thank you.
Sample test of APEL.
Actually, that was Jordan's question on the sample test. There's no sample test actually, because all APEL sets, all APEL exam papers are considered closed papers for all APEL centers, all APEL centers in the country. So it's not made available.
But I think for the Jotem Sian answer question, you can Google. Maybe there's a sample that in general lah, you can get it from there.
So Jotem Sian, so you registered for level 6 bachelor degree or master level for the APEL. Bachelor. So maybe just now we do have a slide on the component, right? Are you fully aware of the component of the aptitude test? Do you need any details on that? Or can't wait to take the exam test APEL?
Era, right?
From Era.
Era.
So okay, before Era, bachelor degree. Yeah, me too. Oh, both of them also can't wait to take the test. So but have you done the preparation? You know the component. So maybe do you want us to share the slide with you so that you are fully aware of the component, where to do the preparation so that you are fully equipped at this interim? Do you need such? Yes, if possible lah. Dr. Maslan, just now I remember we have a slide on the
June,
component. Yes.
sorry, yeah, for Jotham, I will handle his case. Yeah,
Okay.
because he has actually emailed us his certificate, so we will check and we will take it from there.
Okay,
All
that's
right.
Yeah,
good.
for Jotham, yeah.
So
Oh,
Jotham,
what about ERA?
hmm.
What about ERA? Can where do you, I mean, ERA? Do you stay or you prefer which RC? We can keep in touch with you. Because you mentioned can't wait to take the exam test, right? I mean, we once the situation allowed, we will definitely yeah, get you in lah.
Oh, Penang also.
Oh, Penang. Okay, you can.
MKL. Sorry,
email to
It's
PGRMKL.
PGRM.
I
PGRM.
see. Alright. Good. So you can email to us lah. Email to me also can. I will. I mean, at least one we will inform you lah once the situation allowed. Right? We can do
And
arrangement.
email the slide reference to do the test. I think we do have the just now. Dr. Maslan, you have a sample. The one for portfolio, not aptitude test.
That one is a portfolio, not the test.
Oh.
The test actually, I can help. I mean, I try to Google it. I mean, normally student they can Google it, can get sample test. You can Google it. At least you know how the question structure lah. You can Google it. APEL, you can Google APEL test sample. I can. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Era. Keep in touch.
Okay.
I think we can close the session.
Okay. So since okay. Thank you for the interaction and the question posted to us. So we will try to keep in touch with you necessary. And then for today's session, again, I would like to thank all of you for your precious time, for your interest in joining this session. So if let's say there are no further questions, then we shall actually conclude the Q&A. Then, but if let's say after this session, should you still have any question, please do not hesitate to contact us. We have office in Penang, Ipoh, KL, JB, Kuching, Bandar Baru. So do contact us. We will be very willing to help around.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you all. Stay safe.
Yeah. Stay safe and stay healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And all the best. We hope to see you all again in a very short future once the MCO is lifted.
Yeah.
Thank you, Wendy. Jordan Sien, Chin.
Okay, thank you, Era. We keep in touch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.